Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yugioh Everything, and welcome back to another video. This will be a little bit of a different kind of video. Since it's the last day of the month in September, I just kind of wanted to recap a bunch of different things that we've gotten, kind of just go over like some news, some minor, some major, and I guess that's kind of subjective because some of this news might be major for others, while some of it is not really that important to others. But I didn't think that any of this really warranted its own video, if that makes any sense. There's like 6 or 7 small things that we are going to be going over, and you know, when I make videos I like to put as much information as possible into them, so I thought instead of making like 5 or 6 small short videos, why don't we make one kind of big video that contains all of this interesting news. So I'm going to go over very briefly all the stuff we're going to cover. If you want to skip around to that specific news article, I guess you can say, I will have timestamps in the description. So we are going to start with the Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains first sound duel that got announced. We have a new booster pack. We have the name of the new booster pack and why that is important, and it's important because it could be the XZ's monster affiliation, I guess you can say, for Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains, and we'll get more into that later. Yugi Muto is going to be in Jump Force, a new video game, a fighting video game that is coming out with a bunch of Shonen Jump characters, so that is freaking awesome. And then we're going to quickly go over also the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's love that the show has gotten recently. Of course, we have a synchro that appeared in Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains a couple of days ago. We have the characters of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's making their way to Duel Links as well as synchro monsters, and we have some awesome limited time 5D's merchandise that is associated with New York City Comic Con. So a lot of love for Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's. And then finally, we have news of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Statue, a high quality Yu-Gi-Oh! Statue that will be coming out some point in the near future. So again, you can skip around to any of those topics. I will timestamp when they begin down below. Let's get into it, starting with a new sound duel. On September 25th, we got word that finally Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains is getting a sound duel. Now, if you are not aware of what a sound duel is, it is an official CD that gets released over in Japan that has a bunch of official songs or themes, I guess you can say, from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. So in this case, we really do not have any themes and official music from Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains. None of it's on YouTube. Usually people do upload it to YouTube when the sound duel does come out, but we've had none of it because we have not had a sound duel, so we don't have any clean versions of any songs. Finally, though, that will be changing. The release date for VRains Sound Duel 1 is November 28th, 2018, so we still have to wait about 2 months. The price is about $34, 3240 yen. It will contain 1 disc. So November 28th also happens to be episode 79 of Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains, meaning Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains now holds the record. Maybe it's not a good record to have for the longest amount of time in terms of episodes it took for the first sound duel to come out. At Arc 5's episode 79, we already had, I believe, 3 sound duels, just to put that in perspective. And they were very kind of delayed releasing the 4th Arc 5 sound duel, which finally came out months after the anime ended. I genuinely did not think we were going to get an Arc 5 sound duel 4. And yeah, it's kind of the same deal here where it's taking a long time for the VRains sound duel to come out. To put it into perspective, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, that first sound duel took 69 episodes, which is a long time. VRains is going to beat it by about 10 episodes. There were over 40 tracks on that Yu-Gi-Oh! GX sound duel. Hopefully, we will be getting about 40 tracks for the VRains sound duel as well, because, again, this is supposed to cover episodes 1 to 79, all the pieces of music we have heard in Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains up to this point. There is a very good chance there will be some unfortunate unreleased themes. That happens with every Yu-Gi-Oh!, but especially when the sound duels are coming out very infrequently now. Again, the first 54 or 64 episodes of Arc 5 had 3 sound duels, and then there was only one, the 4th sound duel, to cover the last 80 episodes, and there were a lot of really great pieces of music that were missing, including that Odd Eyes Raging Dragon theme summon, which was an awesome moment. The theme when Yuri starts to make his comeback in the duel against Yuya, but then Yuya cuts him down with Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon's effect. I believe that's what happened. But anyway, that was an awesome theme, and unfortunately, we never got it. We never got a clean version, so probably it'll be the same deal with VRains. 79 episodes to release a CD is a long time, but you know what? It's better than never, and at least we are getting VRains Sound Duel 1. So we still have to wait about 2 months, but I'm looking forward to all the themes, including Playmaker's theme. I know there is a clean version of Playmaker's theme on YouTube. I think it was aired at like a Konami, the background of a Konami panel, and the person was able to kind of rip it from that panel. I'm not sure how they got it, but yeah, it is a pretty as clean of a version as any Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains theme has right now. So very excited for VRains Sound Duel 1. And now we are going to go to a new booster pack that just got announced pretty recently. Just the name of this booster pack, and it's important why. Well, I'll tell you why. The name of the pack is Dark Neostorm, and it will be coming out January 13th. I believe January 13th. It might be January 12th. I don't have the article in front of me, but I remember it being on a Saturday. Yeah, it's probably January 12th. Either way, this is important because if you look at the picture right now, you can probably tell a trend, starting with Cybernetic Horizon, which is the 5th pack of Series 10. And again, this is important because every cover monster that is on the booster pack always appears in the anime. It's never been a case where the monster has not appeared in the anime in some way, shape, or form. So in Cybernetic Horizon, who was the monster on the cover of that pack? Well, it was Cyberse Magician, the first ritual monster in VRains. Who was on the cover of Soul Fusion? Cyberse Clock Dragon, the first fusion monster in VRains. Who was on the cover of Savage Strike? Well, the monster that just made its debut pretty recently, Varalode Savage Dragon, the first synchro monster in VRains. So you see the trend, right? You see the trend. If the trend will continue, the cover monster for Dark Neostorm will be the first Xyz monster in Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains. Now, of course, it's very hard to tell what kind of monster it will be just from the name of the pack, Dark Neostorm. Of course, you know, if we get a Neos Xyz monster, could you imagine? That will never happen, but it would be pretty amazing. Now, the pack, again, the release date's important because about 2 weeks before these packs come out, in Japan, that's usually when the monster makes their debut. So I am predicting, this is a bold prediction, late September, that on December 26th, a late Christmas gift from Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains in the form of our first Xyz monster in the anime. Unless they take breaks at any point, which they usually do in December, this would be episode 84. So episode 84 on December 26th, 2018, I believe we will see our first Xyz monster, which is crazy. When Season 2 began, when Season 1 was ending and Season 2 began, it literally seemed like we were not going to get any other extra deck summoning methods besides, obviously, Lynx, and now it seems like we might be getting every single summoning method. And so at that rate, maybe we'll see Pendulums at like episode 100, and then the final 40 episodes will just be all the characters with all the methods included, just battling it out, duking it out. Of course, it's very hard to predict where VRains will be in 30 episodes, but nevertheless, in 5 episodes, it's hard to predict where VRains will be. But so some cool news on the pack side of things with the release date. If the trend continues, which it did for Cybernetic Horizon, Fusion, and Savage Strike, then we will be seeing an Xyz monster around the mid-80s. So something for you Zexal fans and Xyz lovers to look forward to. I am very, very excited about that potential possibility. Moving on to the next piece of news, and that is that Yugi Muto is going to be in Jump Force. That's right, he's going to be a fighter in Jump Force. Of course, he will not be doing the fighting. He will be using monsters and spell cards to help him battle Dark Magician, Dark Magician Girl, Slifer the Sky Dragon. Those will be 3 monsters that we know of that he will be able to use in this video game. His special move is Draw, which lets him activate special cards such as Swords of Revealing Light, which I imagine would probably like paralyze the opponent or something of that degree, and Anti-Magic Arrows. So you can see a few of the official screens. So to see a Yugi Muto versus like Luffy or Naruto or Goku matchup, it seems like Yugi would have no chance, but of course, you know, he will be using these monsters. So it's actually really, really awesome that they included him. When they first revealed the game and the cast, he was nowhere to be found. And I, of course, even though he was a very popular Shonen Jump character back in his time, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Is still a very popular game, I personally did not think they were going to be adding him to the game. When I heard news that he is actually going to be in the game with all these heavy hitters like Goku, Naruto, Luffy, One Piece. I think Light from Death Note is going to be in it. I think Bleach, they're going to have characters in it. So the fact that Yugi is included with all of them is actually really, really cool, and I think it just legitimizes him, and it legitimizes the show just a little bit more as a genuine anime. So that is really, really awesome news. Let me know if you guys are going to be getting Jump Force. I probably will not be getting it, but I definitely, when the game does come out, which it is scheduled for a 2019 release, no exact release date to my knowledge as of yet, I will definitely be looking up YouTube videos of, again, Yugi going a mano with all of these heavy hitters. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch and to play if anyone is going to get it. Let me know about that. And so let's go over some of the 5Ds love that we have seen recently. Do I think Yusei Fudo is going to be in Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains? No. But would I love it to happen? Of course. We had Synchro showing up in VRains, which I just spoke of, right when Duel Links unveiled the 5Ds cast and crew in their video game. I really have not talked about Duel Links at all on this channel. I haven't really played it. I need to download it. I know a lot of people have, gotten on my case about downloading it, and I should download it. You have every right to get on my case. I will say, Duel Links, I've been so impressed with how well received and how beloved and successful that phone app has done. Before Duel Links, there wasn't really a Yu-Gi-Oh! Video game that stood out to me as a game that everyone loved. A legal game. I'm not counting YGO Pro or a free online application. When I think of Millennium Duelist or Legacy of the Duelist, good games, but not games that were revolutionary. I mean, there are games I enjoyed. I don't think they were critically acclaimed as good games, but games that I enjoyed, and I think, people enjoyed, but nothing that people are going to go back to in a mass majority kind of way and consistently play. But what Duel Links has done is it's taken the more casual fans and really pulled the casual fans in well. The fans that maybe wouldn't have played a game like Legacy of the Duelist or Millennium Duels, or maybe wouldn't even play YGO Pro because it's a bit too complicated. Duel Links has kind of eased everyone into dueling. And what I mean by that is when they started, there was there were fusions, but there were no synchros, there were no, I'm sure, crazy things going on. And as the game has developed, as the game has gone on, and now we're seeing synchros added, we probably, at this rate, will see XZs and pendulums in the future, in the probably pretty distant future, unless the game just kind of craps out, but I don't see that happening. And so Duel Links has done I can't really comment too much about the specifics that they've done, but I've just known from talking to people, and people who don't even really play the game competitively or even watch the anime anymore still enjoy this app. So it's been a really successful app, and that is awesome. Maybe I should start getting into it, maybe stream it a little bit, talk about it a little more on the channel. But yeah, if I ever do create a Duel Links, I'll definitely give you guys my Duel Links ID and maybe duel some fans. That would be really awesome. So Duel Links has been great, and again, they have added the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds cast to Duel Links. And speaking of 5Ds, I've already ordered this shirt. This was from Rave Girls WordPress, so big thank you to her for posting this article and this shirt of Yusei on his D-Wheel. An awesome and must-have for any Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds fan, is available for a limited time only. Celebrating the upcoming New York Comic-Con and the addition of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's World and Duel Links, the shirt design features the hero of New Domino City on his Duel Runner, ready to rev it up. The accompanying text says NYC 2018. It is available for sale on shopyugioh.com. Starting price $23.95. I will link this down below in case you guys want to get one of these shirts for yourself. I know New York City Comic-Con ends October 7th, so I'm not sure when this shirt will not be available anymore. It might only last for a week, it might last for 2 weeks, but you definitely do not want to wait, because once it's gone, it's probably gone for good. So an awesome Yusei shirt. And then finally, we have a Yu-Gi-Oh! Resin statue that will be coming out. It will be done by First for Figures. Now, I'm not sure if you guys have heard of them. I will show some pictures of other statues that they have made, but they are renowned for making ultra high-end statues, each pretty expensive. This One Punch Man one of Saitama, the main character of One Punch Man, goes for about $375, but for the quality of the statue, it's a pretty amazing price. They have done statues for Berserk, Cowboy Bebop, One Punch Man, and Samurai Champloo, and video game franchises like Castlevania, Kirby, Legend of Zelda, and Sonic the Hedgehog. So Jennifer Coleman, who is the VP of Licensing and Marketing at 4K Media, recently announced that First Four Figures has a resin Yu-Gi-Oh statue in the works. Coleman further recognized the importance of the collectibles market, stating that offering bespoke and limited edition collections is something retailers and consumers all around the world are looking for. Now, Coleman nor F4F revealed which statue, which character we are going to get, and it actually might not be a character because First Four Figures ran polls on, I don't know if it was on Facebook or on their own site, but they posted polls about Yu-Gi-Oh figures, and the questions were more geared towards the monsters of Yu-Gi-Oh, not necessarily the characters. Blue Eyes White Dragon won the poll, Dark Magician was second, and Red Eyes Black Dragon was first. So it seems, based on the polling options and based on the feedback, that most likely this will be a statue of the Blue Eyes White Dragon or the Dark Magician, which is really, really cool. So for any people who love statues, we don't really, I mean, we do have some nice Yu-Gi-Oh statues on the market, I know that, but this would be a pretty big, probably very beautiful statue, and I feel like it's, for a Yu-Gi-Oh nerd like me, I feel like it would be kind of a must to have. So some really cool news there, and every time I see more merchandise coming out, it's a good sign, because there was a good period of time where we really wouldn't get much merchandise from 4K Media, but they have done a wonderful job in the last 2 years of adding more merchandise, of taking advantage of events like 5Ds right now being at its peak because of Duel Links being at its peak, besides, when it was running on air, and they've really taken advantage of that and done a very good job of selling on the highs of Yu-Gi-Oh! So, a lot of stuff going on. We covered a lot of stuff in this video. I definitely am going to wrap it up. It has been a pretty crazy last few weeks. It's been a fun last few weeks, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video on all the topics we covered. Please leave your thoughts down below. Special thank you to my Platinum tier patrons, Alexa Baker, Glen McGookin, Jorge Carrillo, and James Rose, and to my Diamond tier patron, Bouldergeist, and, of course, to my Egyptian God tier patrons, Syn Cloud and Odd Eyes Vaughn. Thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon. I cannot tell you how much it helps me out and how much I appreciate it. Thank you all for watching this video. Again, a bit on the long side, but I'd rather do a long video like this than make 5 or 6 individual videos going over all of this information. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll talk to you down below, and I hope you have an amazing day.